Hello, everyone, and welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, home of the Bayou Bengals and the stadium called Death Valley since the late 50s. Today, two teams collide in an old-fashioned SEC showdown. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Fresno State Bulldogs. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. He'll call for the fair catch here. So Fresno State's offense will get the first crack at it here. And as we look out on the field, here comes the man. Go, and that's this quarterback.
Yeah, and he's big time. That's why he's up for all these awards. He's known. Everybody knows exactly what he brings to the table. He can run it. He can throw it. They're expecting a big day from this young fella.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. They're bringing heat. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Fresno State will have to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He's got great speed. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. The LSU Tigers offense will take the field for the first time. Here comes the offense on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Watkins. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. The Tigers want to pick up the tempo. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Pulls it in. It's Watkins. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. You'll take that completion.
Fights off a defender. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Give to the running back. The Bulldogs pick up the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. The give to the back. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
From the gun, running back on the move. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defense.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Fresno State will have to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Bill.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Shakes off the tackle.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Off the play fake. He's got it on the move. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable. And the ball is picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the...
He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. They'll go to the ground. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
And and sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on fourth down. And the Bulldogs get enough for the first down.
Well, that's about as risky as he can get as a head coach. Early in the game, fourth down, deep in your own end, and you go for it. Nice job, offense.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he runs through one tackle and...
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. The give to the back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Got him, and nobody's close. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. looking to throw on second down. Dances away. He'll get rid of it. Got it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. Gets away from one. Finds some space. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he will step out of bounds, but what a way to get the ball back for his offense.
You know, as a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way outside towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job forcing the play out wide and making the big interception.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
They give it to him again. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after him. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Fresno State will have to punt it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory. Instead, he'll make the fair catch. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Based on this field position, Jesse, they need to get something on the board before the half.
And they've got to be aggressive too, Reese. They've got the weapons to attack and try to steal a field goal here.
You practice these situations all during the week. You know you got to be fast, take advantage of the clock, hit stopping, making sure you're throwing the football down the field to try to get some points.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Caught over the middle. It's Watkins. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Feeling some heat. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw. Never gave his receiver a chance.
And sometimes you got to know when to give it up, right? As a quarterback, you feel it. You can't hold it that second too long when bad things can really happen. You could tell the clock went off and he was throwing that puppy away.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Never a doubt. And now the lead is even bigger. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. One more snap coming before halftime. They'll throw it on first down. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific game from there in Death Valley. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. The give from the gun. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. And the Tigers are rolling down the field. Running back searching for a hole. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Going with the counter play here. At the 40, there he goes. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Tigers want to crank the tempo.
Yeah, and how about this offense? A little counter, a little misdirection. Get everybody's eyes going one direction. They go back the other way. Nice execution by the offense to make the big running play down the field.
At the 20, he's got space. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you've got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
zings it complete to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And here comes the offense on second down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Out of the shotgun on third down. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
And sometimes the best defense is a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Crosses the 30, he's got to lay it. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? On the option. Now the pitch. Touchdown LSU! And the punishment has been extended. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he... zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking down the middle. And the pass is intercepted. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20. Couldn't order better field position for this offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll run play action. Moving away from pressure. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! And the stomping has commenced.
Great decision by the quarterback, and there's a danger on defense. When you play man coverage against this guy, when you've got DBs and their backs are turned to the QB, if you're not careful, he'll just tuck it and run and take off. And by the time all those DBs and defenders had turned around, it was way too late. He was gone.
Oh, he's going to go for the return. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Leaves it with the running back. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger! That... really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate...
He wants to go deep. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Line gets set, 1st down. Snagged in the middle, it's Harris. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. LSU now operating in the red zone. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Snags it over the middle. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He wants to throw it. It's complete. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home. Exceptional footwork to stay in bounds, and just a little bit better, and he could have scored.
Yeah, if he keeps his balance or gets the speed going upfield a little bit more, he might get into the end zone, but just kind of ran out of space over there on that sideline.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Getting some heat. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. Just drives in between the uprights. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
Fresno State, 7.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Quarterback checking the play. Looking to pass on 2nd down. He's going to let it go. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs. Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And here's the return. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Toss to the outside. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the... Front seven has dominated this entire game.
Gets it out quickly. And he laid the lumber to... Well, they say you win a few, you lose a few, and some get rained out. Would have been good for this team if this one had gotten rained out.